Imperfect Gentleman Show.
Special guest in the building.
Boom, boom, boom.
That's how we go. Is the wonderful, beautiful, lovely
Cherie Noel.
There you go. Like adding the female perspective to whatever douchebaggery him and I are going to talk about today. That's how it works.
Because that's much needed, man. It's much needed.
There's just so many fuckboys in LA that we need to hear from the girls' side. Because we sit there and just tell girls,
Thanks, Jiba. I'm working on that angle for you, man.
We call girls hoes all the time.
We? Like,
Call
why?
boys fuckboys all the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Whoa, okay.
That's real shit.
So these two are in agreement. You use the word FB and you use the word
We didn't
H.
say Facebook. We We used the word fuckboy.
Okay.
Say it with us.
I'm not going to say that
GK
word.
Supreme would say it.
What?
GK Supreme would only say that word
doesn't curse.
after midnight.
Yo, you're a gremlin?
Like I'm a wolf.
It's like a gremlin?
I'm a werewolf because when I go out to the club with Tehran, then you get a whole different side of me.
It's more like a gremlin because you said midnight. Werewolves just turn into werewolves during full moon. So and now that the daylight savings has kicked in, that's at like 3 p.m.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's more accurate. So
you model.
Yeah.
You're winning this Maxim contest thing.
No.
It's over?
It's over.
You were close though.
But you were ranked high, right?
I got like top 5 in my group, and then I got number 1 in my group, and then after that, I just gave up.
See,
honestly, it was all. I don't want to
You know
talk
what
too bad
though?
about it.
I voted for you without even knowing. And then Tehran was like, "Dude, she's coming into our show today."
Yeah, when I saw, I just look. Here's the thing: we get a lot of people, and especially a lot of requests to be on the show. But the way I pick people is like, yo, I feel like this person has something interesting and would have a perspective. A lot of good-looking people in LA, but who has a perspective on something to say? A lot of successful people in LA, but who actually has a perspective on something to say? And I felt like you have a perspective. Now, your bikini shots made me feel like, but just the way you are in general, you have a perspective. So it's interesting. And you said that you call a lot of guys fuckboys.
Yeah.
What makes a fuckboy?
A player. A guy who fucks
A
around.
player.
I don't know if that's what a fuck.
No,
I think that's what
so. Okay, so there's two terms. There's like the player term that you alluded to. And then there's the other term that's used for like, yo, you're 45 and live with your mom.
I'm sorry. If a guy is just good enough to fuck,
AKA
that's
you're
it.
Middle Eastern.
You're a fuckboy. That's all your words. You're a
That's
fuckboy.
such a broad range of what a fuckboy is.
But
he's still fucking. That's the problem.
What if you're not good enough to F and you're a loser? Then what do you call someone?
I mean, if your dick's not prime, I will definitely be like, oh, honey, it was a good night.
Oh, wow. That's really straightforward.
You gotta be picky.
Hey, any guys watching, has a lady ever been that straightforward to you? I want to know.
You know what? Even if they have, they're not going to admit that shit. Like a girl actually told me my dick was so weak the night of. Like, here's the thing. We always assume that girls don't enjoy things other than emotional component of a relationship. But girls do enjoy sex. And if sex is a vital, important part of any relationship, because it does expatiate on your concept of chemistry. Is there sexual chemistry between two people? Is there an attraction that exists that goes beyond an emotional level? And sometimes the emotional level can affect it and it can multiply it, but there is a separate component in a physical nature.
I think you need it all.
Yeah.
I don't think you should just end up with the person just because they have one quality. They need it all.
Sure.
I need physical and emotional. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I'm not going to look like this forever, but I still want the sex to be good. I'm hoping by the age of 70, if my husband's still alive, I hope
You're
I'm
gonna
still
be a golden girl hitting it?
Take some Viagra.
But here's my thing, right? It's, for me at least, it's been hard to find someone who has like every item on the checklist down. What's interesting is sometimes I felt a stronger sexual chemistry with someone who wasn't as beautiful or as intelligent, but the sex was amazing. So like, where do you find that balance? Does sex go higher on the list, on the hierarchy?
I mean, I've dated some pretty ugly guys, I think.
Have you really?
My mom used to be like, what are you doing bringing these freaking goofy ass guys to this house?
Are you serious? Like, guys,
you're not.
But
you know, to me, there's no age, there's no looks. I mean, it's chemistry, you know, for sure. I mean, you definitely have to feel it, but.
And we want to get to that because I want to talk about the concept. I hear a lot of pretty girls in LA say that in LA, when you're pretty, there are no guys. They don't approach you. And they say that in every major city, New York, DC.
Is that an intimidation factor?
I think the good guys are the ones that are intimidated that don't come up to me.
Oh, wow.
But you know what? The good-looking guys tend to be the most insecure. And then there's an issue right there because with insecurity, I mean,
they project that on, and then they start blaming you and
exactly. And as a model, I can't have that. I'm sorry.
Who's that guy? Who's that photographer? Why are you with them? Why are you?
Exactly. That was my last issue with my last relationship, and he was so insecure, and he was like the one guy who cheated on me the most.
Have you ever cheated on a guy?
Yeah, I have.
Dun dun dun.
The plot thickens.
I recently got myself into some trouble.
Teron, have you ever cheated on a lady? Well, that would require a relationship.
Listen,
so
never.
Because he's never been in a freaking relationship.
Yo, that's good for you then.
I mean, it's not that I've never been in a relationship or not, allegedly. Like, I keep a lot of my personal relationships between me and the person. It's a personal relationship.
And me.
Are you a fuckboy? Are you secretly a fuckboy?
I am secretly not a boy fucking. So how about that? It's not so secret. I'm just.
But admit that I know all your secrets, Teron.
You don't know all my secrets. You do know your fair share. You do know a fair share.
You know, Teron and I have been friends for a long time, and I used to think that he was secretly a virgin.
He did for a long time.
And the reason being is that I never saw him, not one time, not half a time, demonstrate PDA. What do you feel about PDA?
That face says it all. It's
that
kind of
face
extra.
says it all.
What do you think? Let's hear your opinion. I want to hear the guy's perspective.
Oh, there's nothing more invigorating than holding a lovely lady's hand and walking through the Grove and going to Barnes and Nobles. It's my favorite thing to do.
Yo.
I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna lie. I like it when a guy taps my ass.
Yeah, but that's different. Like, yo, that's like, that's like, yo.
And not just that, but I kind of have a thing. I like it when I'm on a date when the guy sits next to me.
Sure.
I definitely, I don't know. I want to touch. I'm kidding. Yeah. Okay, I want to touch them. I want to like physically like
Is
be
it
next
awkward
to them.
that as you said that, Teron and I both moved our chairs?
No. Listen. That's not what happened. Because listen, ever since the sexual harassment stuff going on in the news, I'm so afraid. I look back. I'm like, did I sexually harass this girl that I dated for 4 years? Yo, I'm like looking around like, yo, I don't want nothing because everything's messing up. Like, here's the thing. Stuff is coming out from other people. And let's be real. A lot of guys aren't understanding what sexual harassment is because they're like, I'm never going to hit on a girl. That's not what sexual harassment is. It's when you harass the girl, right?
Can someone on our live right now, like, give us the definition of sexual harassment?
Well, we have someone live right now. Give us the definition.
Give us your definition.
Sexual harassment is like when somebody's harassing you in a way that you don't want to be harassed.
Yo, but here's our problem.
When a girl says no, when a girl is bluntly telling you like back away, like keep off.
Sure.
Back off.
Here's the problem. Two things. Number one, some girls aren't blunt. So what happens is when they're blunt, what happens is, and it sucks, and it's not their fault. It's because guys have definitely conditioned them to not be blunt. Because if a girl's blunt, like, no, I'm not interested. What are you, a lesbian? Like, it's as if I'm not interested in you, so you must like someone of the opposite sex. Exactly. And a lot of guys do stuff like that, right? And then the second one is girls will be like, they'll lead guys on in a way that makes a guy feel like something, which is why guys' popular term of friend zone that exists, right? Where they're leading it on. And the concept is guys feel like girls know what they're doing.
Well,
they do.
They do. See?
We play dumb.
We got it.
I play the blonde card all the time.
Yeah. Well, that kind of ties into what we said earlier about a lot of beautiful women complaining about guys not talking to them. Sometimes my hesitation is exactly what was just discussed. I don't want to come across as a harasser. Keep in mind, I'm 6'3" and I have a beard and a deep voice. So like, it's kind of intimidating, I feel, for me to walk up to someone, whether it be anyone, not someone I'm just hitting on, but even saying hi to someone sometimes. So I'm kind of, it's a real stuff. So I'm kind of self-conscious about how to approach. So sometimes I only want to come across as a friend, and then I get put into that platonic zone. I don't even want to say friend zone because it just sounds so harsh.
I don't know. I mean, I'm from New York, so I'm pretty blunt. You know, wow. Like I was with a guy. I've been talking to a guy for a while. And
right
I
now?
was very
on and off. You don't want to talk about
For all the guys watching, Tehran asked the right now question to let her know availability.
You know? There's like this whole
That's why he did it. Availability.
Oh, I know.
All of our live guys right now want to know.
They know.
They know.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like I was bummed with him. I was like, listen, I just got out of a relationship. I'm not looking for one. You know, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But let's just have fun. Let's be friends. Let's chill. And I mean, I've been talking to him now for a while, but I'm technically single.
But
I'm enjoying it. I'm liking it.
If he stopped talking to you, would you be upset about it?
Honestly, he should stop talking to me.
Why?
Whoa.
Well, you know, I was, you know, it got to a point where I was like, oh God, I'm starting to get feelings for this guy. Yeah. And then he didn't want a relationship. So I was like, listen, if you're not going to commit, I'm going to start dating other people, which I started doing.
And then he got upset.
So he totally found out and like went through my phone, the whole 9 yards.
Whoa,
like,
went through your phone. See, I'm not a fan of the going through people's phone.
I don't either.
Yo.
I don't either. I don't do that shit.
Yo, that's something you should never, ever do. Like, even if I got arrested, I wouldn't want the cops looking through my phone.
That's some cop shit. Like,
yeah,
yo, where's your work, bitch?
Cops do. I went to Bali and like the system over there is horrible. They like pulled us over. They wanted to look through my phone. It was pretty bad.
Nah, yo, you ain't looking through my phone.
And that's the thing is like, yo, don't look through my phone. Don't look through my text. Don't look through my DM. Honestly, it's not even about your feelings gonna get hurt. You're gonna get hurt because I no longer have that foundation.
Okay, you know what? Now's the perfect time for the what would you do, all right? What would you do or what did you do if someone you're dating looks through your phone? That's a good one, right, Tehran? That's a good one.
Yo, we only have this show.
Deny.
We only have this show because of girls that are in our lives and we want to prove to them that we're doing okay. Like, this is the only point I have.
No, this is a real question. So, if somebody looked through your phone, what would you do?
I mean, I did have someone look through my phone.
And what did you do and what would you do in the future?
I'm up front.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this is what it is.
He knew.
Well, of course, he went through your phone. At that point, what could you do?
I think he just caught on with the guy that I was talking to, which it wasn't even that serious. But like, you know, he was heartbroken. I'm not gonna lie, I felt guilty, and I reached out to my girlfriends too, and I was like, you know, what should I do? But why did you
feel guilty if he didn't want to be in a relationship?
And if he didn't do anything wrong, what do you feel bad about?
Because now he does, but I feel like he does because of the fact that like, you know, I'm starting to date other people.
See, that's the thing with men, and that's why I don't appreciate. And you know what? I'm gonna be real on this show. I'm gonna spill it all out. When I was younger, I had this thing in my head where if I'm starting to date someone and they're like totally onto me, I'd be like, oh, I got him in the bag. And then the second they start talking to someone else, it's like, what happened? Please, I love you. And like, that's some sucker stuff to do. And I think more men need to be men and they need to step up to the plate. If you're going to waste a lady's time and you want to be with her, you'll just...
all we do is waste girls' times. Yo, let's tell the truth.
I'm
we're telling the truth, we're going to tell the truth.
This is my turn, bro.
If we're telling the truth, we're telling the truth. Look, bro. Every guy is wasting your time until they decide they're not wasting your time. So girls don't realize that, like, we get married to girls because we want it to be that legally you can't fuck other people. Like, at this point,
that's the reason.
That's the realest reason guys get married. Is like, yo, I don't want to fuck you, but if someone else fucks you, I'd have to murder them. And so now I have a legal way.
That's an extreme
You've
response.
never wanted to kill another guy over a girl?
No, but I have when somebody shrunk my laundry. I felt
you need to get over that.
I felt the feeling of that.
Yo, you need to get over that. Listen, you need to get over the shrinking laundry.
Because I'm tall, and when my laundry shrinks, it looks like a belly dancer's outfit.
Have you ever wanted to kill another girl over a guy?
We can give it to
crop top.
Hell no. No guy is worth fighting over.
Sure there is. There'll be a guy that should be worth fighting over. It's just he won't ever make you fight over him.
I fought over one guy, and it just didn't end well.
What happened?
He kept on cheating on me. We'd get into a fight, you know. I'd be like, I don't want to see you for a few days. And like, he would turn around and blame it on me.
So here's the concept. If all these guys keep cheating on you, is it all of them or is it you? So my thing is, maybe at some point it's not everybody else. At some point it's you. What are you doing that makes them, what are you doing that's causing that insecurity in them or causing that disparity or void that they need to go out? Because unless you're either really good at picking fuckboys or you're really bad at staying in relationships?
I think it's a mixture of things. I think it's my modeling, of course. And I get it. It's not easy. I've actually gone on a date. I've dated a photographer, and I mean, I didn't have a problem with it, but I mean, I can see why guys would get insecure about that. I mean, a lot of things that come to me, guys are like, dude, you're too perfect. Like, you're too nice. You're too chill. Like, and I think for my generation right now, they're not ready to settle down. So I think guys are just kind of like, I like you. I want to fuck you.
You need to get you a Clooney.
Girls, so.
You need to get you a Clooney, a George Clooney.
You know, I've dated older men, and you know what? They're a lot better. They know what they want. They're not insecure. I freaking love it.
Can I say something real, though? Yeah. So she was talking, and she said, yeah, and then guys in my generation, as if we're not in her generation.
Are we really not in her generation?
Are you guys not in relationships?
No, generation.
Okay, but I feel like this generation is just, it's not.
George, you in a relationship?
Are you?
See, look. No, my mic just went out.
But that's what I'm saying.
Like, so proves my point. How about you?
No.
There you go.
Like, yo, I'll just be like, yo, I don't even know girls. The girls don't even like me. I don't even. I'm just trying to do my thing.
I'm done with the chase. I'm done with the hunt. You know what? What I realized, I woke up one morning and dating around and all this. What you're doing is you're wasting your time, other people's time, your money, other people's money.
Who helped you get to that?
No, Tehran had a talk with me, okay? And you know what? Here's what it is. And I think this is, a lot of people can relate to this right now, right? If you're not where you want to be right now,
boom,
in your life,
boom,
you have no business trying to build something with someone else.
No, that's not what it is. A guy can't. A guy cannot.
I understand.
We cannot commit.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know what? I'm right now, like, I have places I need to arrive to for my own self and my own sanity. And trying to run around and date is just like the craziest thing. It's the biggest distraction in the world. Like, once I'm set, because I have this theory, right? Because I don't believe that happiness can be given or received. It can only be shared once two people are already happy. And then you're happy.
That's your words of the week, by the way.
That's my words of the week right now. Like, GK Supreme is preaching. And I forget how cells, and what's it called in chemistry when the two cells like blob together? You know, like the outer shell. What is it? Nucleus?
Oh, it's called.
Not a nucleus.
The fuck do I know,
the
bro?
Shell
Get to the point.
merges. That's what happiness is. When you've already built your own little shell and then the blobs come together and become one. But when you're trying to obtain happiness and you're not there yet yourself, it's a setup for failure. There's no foundation.
So what if you find, because I've been in that situation where the guy wasn't ready stably in his career.
Yep.
So what do you do if you found the girl that you think that you want to be with, but you're just not there? What do you do?
Honestly,
you string her along.
Do you string her along and be selfish?
No,
because that's what the guy was doing to me.
Yeah, so you don't string her along.
It's true.
I'm gonna say something so real right now. Okay, you don't. If you found the one and you're 100% convinced that this is the one, and this person, right, has more value than my own dreams, that's how much I love this person, then you stop what you're trying to do. You make something called a compromise, and that has to happen. It's the last card you pull out. But if you truly love someone and you're like, this is it, I'm going to make a compromise, and my new goal now, my new happiness is going to be the right man for this woman.
So you're wrong.
That's what I would do.
And I'll tell you why you're wrong.
What do.
According to your own scale, you're wrong.
Yes.
I'll tell you why. Because what you're talking about, compromise, creates something, and it's not love. It's called resentment. And what happens is there's a lot of people that have compromised, and guess what? That's why the rise of divorce rate is so high. Is because it's based on compromise. I've given up my dream to be for you, and now I realize that I gave up. And that's what it is. And you resent that person forever.
Here's the thing. So growing up, I had different dreams, and then my dreams changed, and I started seeing something that's better. For example, I would never admit this on radio. I used to play the tuba, okay? I played the freaking tuba. I was amazing at the tuba. I was like, you know what? This is going to be some American Pie S-word, and I'm going to be out there like, I'm going to be in a band. I'm going to be in college, get a free ride, and I'm going to be the best tuba player. And then I got into music production. I'm like, you know what? Forget the tuba. I want to make beats. And that became my new dream. And then it became acting, and then it became TV production. So what I'm saying is sometimes there is an exception where the dream you have in your mind isn't the dream that you thought it was. And you might come to that realization through something else. And sometimes it's in the form of a lady.
But whatever happened to like those relationships where you like you two make something out of something.
100%.
You know? Like,
and that's the best kind.
I feel like back in the old days, that's how our parents did it. You know, they met each other young. They didn't have nothing. They struggled. They went through it. They had kids, and they made something out of themselves.
It was easier
like that anymore.
when dad didn't have Tinder and have other options for mom. She was only lady in the village.
Here's the thing.
Social media.
But the concept is, no, it's just changed relationships. See, that's funny we say that because every generation says that about the previous to the new generation. Oh, there was a time where someone was like, oh, in my day, we had to horse and buggy to the woman's house, and now you guys have letters. And then someone was like, in my day, we had to write letters, and you guys have telephones. And then someone was like, in my day, we had to phone each other, and now you guys just text. And now it's like, now from text, it's gone to Instagram or whatever. Like every generation will have its technological advances that make the world an even smaller place. But that doesn't change the concept of who the person is. A soulmate means it's the person who matches your soul in the universe. And more importantly than that, it comes to the concept of what you said is team building. You're building a team. When you're with someone that inspires you to be better, they bring out the best in you. What happens, unfortunately, is you get in a relationship with someone and you're trying to win and they bring out the worst in you. And that's the kind you got to get out of. So when you're in a situation where you're building something together, your dreams align. So when you're saying my new dream is you, it's no, our new dream is us. And the concept is we're building something together. You're looking downfield at the same time.
Yeah,
like
but
that.
you know, it also depends on like the magnitude of the dream, right? So let's say, for example, you got a 9-to-5 and it's cool, it's stable, it's secure. And you're like, you know what? I'm content with just working this 9-to-5 and I don't really want to become MLK or Obama or Shakespeare. Those are three random people to bunch together. But you know what I'm saying? But let's say you don't want to do, you know what I'm saying?
No. We're not skipping over MLK, Obama, and Shakespeare, my nigga.
Yeah,
like, we're not.
Yeah, they're popping.
We're not. No, you're not going to throw in. You could have said Malcolm X. You could have said Langston. You could have you went with the social justice movement and then it was like Shakespeare.
I'm a writer. I love Shakespeare. He's a genius. I heard he didn't write some of his stuff. I don't know if that's a conspiracy. Anyways, the point is this. It's like sometimes you might be okay with your current life conditions, enough to maintain, and you don't have any aspirations besides being the perfect husband or the perfect father, right? That makes it so much easier to cater to the person in your relationship than if you're trying to become like a tycoon or a president, you know? That's all I was saying. And
well, here's the thing about that. And you, as the female vocalist,
we need you to just
group,
give us the answer because we could go back and forth all day. We would never know what a lady wants.
The problem is we have two people like who want to be great, right? Mm-hmm. So it's easy if two people don't want to do anything, they get married. That's why we see a lot of these, like when we think of small town marriages, because they both just are content where they're at, right? Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But then why is it harder the more you want to achieve is because now you need someone that's on your same ambition level. Mm-hmm. And you want to build it together. So what happens in a lot of these relationships is one person takes the lead and the other person follows. And that's perfectly fine. We saw something like that with Michelle Obama and Barack Obama. Clearly, Michelle gave up her personal ambition for the greater achievement of President Obama, and they were together, right? Yeah. And she obviously helped it.
Would you call it a compromise?
No, because she realized they had a dream and that was it, and they achieved it together. Mm-hmm. She still became first lady and is still influential, right? Mm-hmm. So we see someone like that. Then we see someone like, for example, the current President Trump. I don't feel like Melania plays this bigger role in President Trump's success. He was obviously doing things before and just, so we don't see her as prominent a figure, right? Mm-hmm. But with Barack Obama and Michelle, we saw that very much. Mm-hmm. With Hillary Clinton and Bill, we saw that. Then Bill took the backseat and Hillary went forward. I mean, I'm sure getting Monica to suck his dick probably didn't help. But, I mean, that's what we're always going to think when we say Bill Clinton.
You were going to go there, man.
Because whenever you say Bill Clinton,
did I know?
Two people that you got, three people. I'll throw out three names. What's the first thing, no matter what they've done?
All right.
Bill Clinton.
Yeah. Monica Lewinsky.
Okay. Chris Brown.
Rihanna.
That's what I'm saying. No matter what you think of Chris Brown, you always bring out like the first thing. OJ.
But I don't want to do that to Chris Brown.
Kelly.
Yo, Chris Brown.
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly did so much, and he peed on a girl.
Let me just take this time to say that Chris Brown's new album is amazing, and I think we as a society need to let go of the Rihanna
never
association by now. He's sorry.
No,
he's sorry.
Don't you think there's two sides of the story?
No, here's the thing.
There were, and he gave it on his documentary. Apparently, Brown was attacked too.
It doesn't matter. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter. I have a question. Okay, so if you have a kid, and you have this friend.
I do have a kid. His name is Chaco the Chico.
If you have
follow Chaco on Instagram.
You have a kid?
It's a puppy.
No, it's a puppy.
It's a puppy.
It's a puppy?
Oh my God.
You have a puppy? Yeah. Oh, please.
You have a child?
I do have a kid.
How old's your child?
2.5.
2.5. Boy, girl.
Boy.
Are you taking
cute.
back your high five for my child?
A puppy? I mean, okay, that's a step. Okay.
You sound like my dad right now.
Oh, poppin'. So look,
that's a poppin' name. Lorenzo's a good name.
His dad's Brazilian.
He's gonna be a player. Listen,
yeah.
So if you had someone watching your kid and you found out, they had been a pedophile 15 years ago, but ever since then they've been perfect, would you let them watch your kid?
Hell no.
That's the point.
Hell
no. Those kind of marks on your record, it's not something you forgive, you forget. I'm sorry. Like what Chris Brown did with Rihanna is unforgivable. Now, if Rihanna was a ninja attacking Chris Brown, that'd be different. But whatever it is, you're the man. You should be a bigger person. Look, chivalry dictates you get up and leave. So the thing is,
Chris Brown, he was 19 at the time.
Sure.
He's a father now. Sure. I think he's in a very different phase of his life.
I'm sure he is.
And what I don't want to dismerit his musical talent, because every time he comes up with an awesome product,
amazing.
Then the first thing, like what happened with my association, wasn't because I wanted to associate it. That's what the media
shouldn't have hit Rihanna.
I'm blaming the media, bro.
Shouldn't hit. That's the first thing you.
What if the girl's beating on you though?
You walk away.
Okay. All
right. Walk away. There's never a time.
Right.
What if it's Ronda Rousey, bro?
Yo, then you run away.
You run. Running's good. Running's a technique.
You run the fuck away.
Don't ask me how I know, but running is a technique that works very well.
Use your words. I don't even like it when guys disrespect women when they're mad at them. So like I've clearly been in a situation where I've heard like a guy saying things to his girls like, yo, I get it, that's your girl. Do it in public, do it in private. That's wrong. It's like not something you're supposed to do. Gender equality is like, yeah, men and women have equal value, but there's still chivalry where a man's notion is to protect a woman.
Okay, hold on one second, Teron. You're in LA, you're by the Beverly Center.
Sure.
You're trying to parallel park, you're trying to back in. And behind you is a lady in the car who's just driving straight into you as you're trying to back in. How are you going to handle it in public?
I mean, she hit me?
Nah, she's like she hasn't hit you, but she's like stopping you from being able to back up just because she doesn't want you to take her place.
I mean, I'm like, excuse me, what exactly are you doing? Like, I explained.
Can you tap on the table
I'm
again?
like, yo.
That was a pretty strong tap.
I get out. No, I'm not touching her. I'm not physically touching her. She's in her car, right?
Your horn.
She's in her car. Yeah, I'm not touching her. I'm like a tap on the window, like I'm a explainer. Even when people like honk at me and someone's walking and they're like, why aren't you driving to the person? I roll up and I'm like, I get out. I'm like, excuse me. So let me understand this. You wanted me to hit the person so that you could save 2 seconds on your drive? Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure that's what we're talking about right now.
All right.
So I would never, there's never a situation where I'd hit a girl. You know what I'm saying? There's never a situation where I'd hit a girl. I don't even, there's not even a situation where out of anger, I curse a girl out. There's just not.
What about,
really?
What about a guy?
I'm going to smack this nigga in the face. What? What? Like, yo, listen, Chris Brown hit Rihanna. That's wrong. Chris Brown hits Trey Songz, nigga. We're buying tickets.
Oh,
like,
especially if it's Trey Songz, I don't have an issue with that.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, when the concept of chivalry comes up, how do you feel that plays out? What?
I mean, I get it. I think some women can push a man to a certain extent, but I don't think a guy should put his hand on a girl. I mean, as a girl, I've been choked out. For some stupid reasons where I'm just like, are you serious? I mean, it happens, you know, but no guy should ever. I wouldn't raise my kid to do something like that.
Choked out though?
I've been choked out. Yeah. I never in my life, and I never thought that would have ever happened to me. It was just that it just got into our relationship. We just realized it was just not good for us.
And did you stay with that person after that?
No. That was
choking out is kind of like a breakup situation.
But
yeah.
You know what? Good for you. I'm glad you had the power and the strength to leave, because a lot of people are put in vulnerable situations like that. Sometimes they find it even more difficult to leave the relationship because they're fearful of what will happen next.
No, for sure. I mean, trust me, I've heard some stories from girls being scared to leave their boyfriends, and and that's another reason why I would never want to completely rely on a guy, because I don't want to ever feel completely stuck.
But you should. But the thing is, you should be able to. There should be a guy that makes you feel safe, and that's unfortunate that you can't put yourself in that position.
I thought that too. Having a kid with somebody, I thought that this was gonna be it. I was like, I was gonna give up my modeling career. And then little by little, he started cheating on me, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to working on me again. And I started doing me, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to stop this. I mean, maybe one day there will be a guy that I'll settle down, I'll have a kid. It'll be all about the family and about less about myself. But for now, working on me.
I mean, I kind of want to echo what Teron said, and it's not always about just a lady having a guy who makes you feel safe. Feeling safe is an important feeling, and I'm a guy, and Teron makes me feel safe.
Oh my God.
You do. Right, you make me feel safe.
See, this is why
let me just be real. Let me have a real moment, bro.
No, dog.
Let me have a bromance, bro.
That's not real.
When something goes wrong, and I'm like, oh my gosh, where am I in this world? What's going to happen to me? The first person I call is Teron, because it's a brother that has my back.
You know what?
It's a brother that will open his heart, his wallet, whatever he has for me to help me. And that's it.
Dude, bro.
No,
I'm not touching your hand on that.
At least a spirit finger. At least a spirit finger,
with you?
bro.
You always say, listen, I'm not doing spirit fingers with you, bro. Okay,
Will you do spirit fingers with me? It's just like good vibes. There you go. Good vibes.
We need to talk about Kevin Spacey. So everyone's familiar with the Kevin Spacey allegation?
Yeah, I'm familiar. This is what scares me, right? I'm not defending Kevin Spacey at all. I said he did do it. All right. But whenever there's an allegation, people's careers get ended before there's a judgment, before there's evidence.
Kevin Spacey came out and didn't even deny it. He was like, I don't remember what happened. I'm gay.
No, he was like, yo, it might have happened. I don't remember. I was drunk. Yeah, exactly. Bro, at least try. You know what I'm saying?
How do you? What do you think as a girl? Because this is for a guy, it's guy on guy, so it's way different.
I know he's gay, right? So I mean, I don't know.
Do you feel as bad for the guy as you would for another girl when you hear about the same story as a girl? It happens to a girl.
I don't think any of this should ever happen at all. I mean, didn't he have sex with a minor?
Allegedly. Yeah.
Isn't that like the American Beauty? Didn't he want to have sex with a young girl in that movie?
That was a movie.
Hey, it's coming to reality.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. Whenever I see something in a movie, I'll be like, yup, that probably happened in real life. That's why they cast you,
because you had it in you.
You had it in you.
So Leonardo has fighting bears in his
I think he does. Leonardo, of course he does. He could fight a bear if he wanted to.
I mean, whatever happened to respect and loyalty? I feel like those two things are kind of lost.
They're gone.
That's because
with relationships with people have lost respect for themselves. Mm-hmm. People are selling their soul to the devil just to get somewhere. It's just kind of sad.
That's interesting.
It's interesting, and just the thing with the Kevin Spacey scenario is all right, it's so much more complex when this is this star and this character in a show that you watch on repeat on Netflix and feel like you'll die if there's not another season of it. So it's almost like we hold on to this and we're like, no, this can't be true. And then you start divulging into the situation more and you see that not only is this happening with these stars, it's happening with people in corporations, and you got to look at the bigger problem of society. And my thought is power is a very dangerous thing. And power is something that if you have power, you need to have the morals, you need to have the respect, like you said, you need to have the trust, and you need to be the right person to have it. And we need to start in society, start questioning who we're letting have power. There needs to be a better screening process before we just give it up, man.
My concern is this, when all these powerful people doing this, they ruined it for me. I wanted to get powerful so I could do this shit. And now y'all niggas fucked it up, bro. I was so ready to be want to make it in this bit. I've been practicing. Now, you know what I'm saying? Kevin Spacey, the worst thing about Kevin Spacey, now I'll never find out what the fuck happens in House of Cards, nigga. I've been waiting and you ruined it for me? Spacey, bitch.
See? But this thing reminds me of what we were discussing with the shootings. It's now another shooting happened. We forgot about the hashtag from last week. I don't even remember the name of the fat pervert who happened before Spacey. I've like literally
Harvey Weinstein.
Oh, that
See,
guy,
like I blanked on his name because it's like the next thing in the media, and it's like we're starting to see that this is a repeat process, and it's like we need to start doing a better job of before someone is entitled to do something, before someone's cast to carry a show like this, we need to screen you a little more. We need to know how you're going to treat the people around you because. Apparently,
that's
a
not what it
production
is.
assistant came in
You just
and
need
said,
to be held responsible for it.
Yeah, a production assistant came in and said the dude was like putting his hands in his pants when he was driving him somewhere.
Who?
And it was just a PA on House of Cards. Kevin Spacey.
But here's my... Look. What happened to these girls with Harvey Weinstein is messed up, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I saw the pictures. All them bitches had Oscars. Like, listen... I'd have sucked this nigga's dick for an Oscar. Like, did you see? It was like a list of like, but all of y'all made it. You know how many girls get harassed and don't get shit? Like, how y'all?
Damn, this is hurting your soul, Toronto.
Dog, because I'm like, I'm over it. I'm over there.
But you're not serious,
auditions,
right? You're not serious.
Dropping sides now on the ground, bending them up like, hey, nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I've had one guy friend, a really good guy friend of mine, told me like, hey, listen. I was a girl, my pussy would not be for free. He's like, too many freaking guys just like, they take you on a date and they expect it. Like I've had guys take me to like Boa and I'm like, honey, I can buy a $50 steak myself. Like you're not coming up in my room. So it's
what's the cost here? Let's have a.
So I mean,
in your head, what's the cost if you're like, this is the guy that's gonna get it?
I mean,
be real.
Like, it goes back to like loyalty and everything like that, and the guy just treating me and that chemistry connection and everything
a broke guy has a chance with
me.
You.
I mean, yeah, I've dated some guys.
No.
I've dated
Not
some guys.
Dated. Would you date? See, this is the thing. Girls grow up.
I will, but he has to have some kind of like drive. Like he has to want it. If he's working on something and I see him all the time, like putting his all into it, then by all means, I will support the relationship. I'll do whatever it takes. But like, I don't want to see you waking up in the morning being lazy.
Can he have that drive living on your couch?
Man, I've been on so many dates that I paid for the guy. It's not even funny.
Really? What?
Where how do these dates happen?
I mean, I've paid for so many dates.
I've had so many girls that said the same thing to me.
Not
like, I'm
my
paying
dates. George's dates. I pay for George's dates.
So what I do if I'm on a date, right? I'll be like, hey, Tehran, what you doing? I'm chilling. Oh, you want to come out? Yeah, sure. Come chill. There's already a lady there. Her friend has already left, so he's extra pissed. And then him being the alpha, I know that he feels the need to pay, so I take advantage of it. And then he pays
I just pay for George's dates.
You sound like you're the real man in this relationship between you two.
Yeah, so here's the thing. It's interesting. We talked about the Kevin Spacey stuff, but we do need we have a topic, and we want to hear your take on it. Mm-hmm. Yes, I am the man in this relationship, but as a beautiful woman, and it just happens that you're smart. A lot of beautiful women are not. A lot of beautiful women are, but unfortunately, you get lumped up into this "you're not smart" category, right? Mm-hmm. Do you think it's harder to date or find someone to date you because of your looks? Because you feel like they only like the way you look and not the person you are?
For sure. I think it also scares the guys when they get to know my actual personality and they realize, oh, wow, like this.
She the whole package.
She's pretty chill. Like, she has her shit together. She smokes weed. She's not freaking crazy, So, yeah, I think being a pretty girl, I think it is pretty hard. But it's okay.
I don't feel bad for you. Like, I'm never going to feel bad for a pretty girl because I'm like...
I mean, we get our way very easily.
You don't see a lot of pretty girls homeless on Sunset. You know what I'm saying?
Is it easier to be a pretty lady than it is to be a pretty guy?
No, I think, pretty girl. Because a pretty guy still has to put in work. But a pretty girl... I'm not saying that you have to do this, but you could always use this is I'm pretty, I'll find a guy to latch onto, right? Which I'm not saying, I'm not advocating at all. But as a pretty guy, I feel you could try, but then you have to go for a specific type of girl.
Okay.
It's just more. It's more difficult. It's just the way society's set up now. It shouldn't be, but it is.
What are your thoughts on that? Pretty guy versus pretty girl.
I mean, at the end of the day, pussy's pussy. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to you.
Yo.
I'm being real though.
Yo.
I love the realness.
Hashtag real as fuck. That's what we are here.
As F, yo.
So, do you think that the majority of guys are fuckboys? Majority, remember.
In LA, yes.
So where are they not?
New York. People in New York are real as fuck. I'm so real sometimes. I think people can't handle it. I think they think I'm a bitch.
I think a lot of girls in New York think there's a lot of fuckboys too. Sex and the City was built on fuckboys.
Man, let me tell you something
they
about
haven't
New York.
been to LA.
This is how I lost. This is how I lost one of my relationships. This is a true story. The women in New York are actually a little more forward than the women in LA because I think that it's more of a faster pace in general. So it may not even be a gender thing. It's just like people are more used to just being on it and speaking to each other. I was in a nightclub, New York. I was in Manhattan. Lady comes up to me, I kid you not, and just kisses me on the mouth. And then I decided to take to Twitter and be like, yo.
You decided to get herpes?
I got the Trump Twitter fingers. And I was like, yo, New York is crazy. This lady just ran up to me and kissed.
Oh, I remember this.
And then I lost my 4-year relationship.
I remember this.
I lost my 4-year relationship.
Yo, I remember. Why do I
didn't do anything.
Die.
Like, I didn't kiss her back. I just thought it was crazy. And what happened was a friend of the girlfriend who was low-key, I swear, trying to get at me. Like, she was hitting me up, texting me and stuff. She goes at 3 a.m., shows the sister, calls the mom on 3 a.m. Like, wasn't that necessary? And I got dumped while I was in New York. That burned till now. You know?
I mean, that's where social media kind of kills you right there.
Yeah. Freaking New York.
Yo,
man.
That's hilarious because I remember that situation. I can't believe that really happened. When it comes to being upfront, on a scale of 1 to 10, how upfront are you as a person?
I'll say a 7.
So
I like to keep some in my...
7's a good number.
There's some secrets that I will hold to death. No one will ever know.
That's
you know what my number is? My number is a 10, and that's why I offend people a lot because I just.
If you're a 10 and offend people a lot, then I'm a 46.
Yeah, then he's a 46.
Yo, here's the thing.
He's
about
a 46.
Here's the thing about the upfrontness. The reason I'm asking is because for everyone out there, and especially us as guys. What's the fine line between sexually harassing a girl and hitting on a girl?
We need to know. This is imperative.
I mean, like I said before, it was sexual harassment. If a girl doesn't want it, she doesn't want it.
Yeah, but how do you know it's a guy? Because girl, this is the mantra. No means no. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
No means no. But if that was the case, the human race would have been over thousands and thousands of years ago. See, the concept of no means no, because we've heard no, but it really meant yes. And so that's what the problem is. There's this gray area. So how do you decipher if the girl likes you? Because then again, there's these guys who are like, we're friend zoned for 3 years and then they ended up together. So that's the problem. Yeah. You know why girls get catcalled? Because it's worked. If it never worked on I'm not saying it works on 100, it works on 1% of women. So then guys will do that. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, for sure.
That's why we still get telemarketer phone calls at the home.
I know. No, seriously, no.
It is real.
But it is real because it's like a 2% return and people still do it. It's
because
a 2%.
It pays off so much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard for me because I'm so upfront where it's like, you know, I want to tell you no. I mean, I went to a club at Playhouse.
Playhouse.
I went to Playhouse. That place is pretty ratchet.
Sure, yeah. Especially Saturday night.
I got rubbed off on, and this guy followed me out to the parking area, and I started yelling and screaming at him. I was like, "How would you feel if I was your daughter and I fucking rubbed your freaking pussy?" You know, like.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he was just like.
I've never understood when guys do that.
I don't understand why either. It's fucking gross and it's disgusting.
It's inexcusable, and it's just like what he said about Chris Brown. But this is totally inexcusable.
Real quick, if you had to choose, who would be the sexual harasser in this room? George, Tehran, or Martin?
Martin.
Yeah, that's word. Yo, but that's real.
He's not hot to get right. All I know, he could be zooming in my tits right now and being like, yes.
Okay, so we always play Marry, Fuck, Kill in the room.
Am I sitting back down?
Yeah.
I guess I'm all packed up now.
Let's ask, and then we do our 10 and we're out.
Okay.
Like,
awesome.
Marry, fuck, kill, play. It's okay.
I'd kill him.
Okay.
Damn. Martin.
Damn.
That's the first kill.
I think I'd marry you.
I'm marryable.
But I'd totally fuck you because
Yo.
I'm all about that beard right there.
Oh, yeah,
That's
boy.
what I'm saying.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
marryable.
boy.
That's what's up. That's actually, this is the first time this has actually played out.
It's
I got
the first
married.
time I got the sex and he got the marriage.
It's the first time I usually get killed or
I want
fucked.
that, I want that Beyonce and Jay-Z type
Boom,
of relationship.
I have a Beyonce Jay-Z-ness to me in this room. Usually I get killed or fucked, but no one, George always ends up getting married.
You enjoy your Beyonce Jay-Z. When I'm president, I'm going to get my Melania.
Yo, he's going to be president.
Thanks for
yo.
All right, sir.
George has to run. He has to go back to, he has to get back to set. Look is popping, by the way. This look is popping. Yo, here's the thing. When it comes to what you want in a relationship, has it changed as you've gotten older?
Yes. I've changed as a person.
Sure.
I'm definitely, my goals, everything is a little different. But at the same time, I still have the same morals and respect because that's just how I was raised.
Okay, where were you raised?
I was born in Poughkeepsie, New York.
Poughkeepsie.
So it's like an hour and a half outside the city. I'm a suburb type of girl.
Okay.
So I mean,
And you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have 2 older brothers.
So you have that. So that family unit, and especially 2 older, protective, loving brothers.
Yeah, for sure.
You know that feeling.
Oh yeah, like my mom is so old fashioned. Like
that's what's up.
She likes,
Your parents didn't say anything about you having a Brazilian child? That wasn't a concern. I feel like
what's really funny? A lot of my girlfriends who are from Brazil told me I will never date a Brazilian guy, and then I found out kind of the type of guys they are, and then I realized, oh my god, I should have never done that.
That's interesting.
But I can't help it. I love my South American boys.
Is that a thing?
It's such a thing. It's bad.
Why? Why is it bad?
I don't know. I think it's kind of like you get that passionate, loving relationship where you're like fighting with each other, but you love each other.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like a bit of that.
I did, and now I think I kind of grew out of it. I think now that I'm older, I'm more relaxed. I'm like, I just want someone that's like loyal, that's cool, that I can hang out with. I want my best friend,
Interesting. And that's something that you feel like it happened after, especially, I mean, you had a child, so it's like that transforms your opinion of
for sure. I'm
what you want to mate.
Hell yeah.
Who you want in your life, especially who you want around your son.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing. I realized his father was not the type of guy that I want around. So I was like, and plus, I know I can get better than that. I know I'm a good girl, so it's just,
you have more to offer.
I do have a lot more, especially in LA. I think like, there's tons of beautiful women in LA.
Sure.
But when do you find a girl who's beautiful and humble and, has respect, and it's just, I just don't feel like there's too many girls out there like that. So
it's interesting. I'd love to meet the girl that doesn't feel like that. I want to meet a girl who's like, yeah, I'm a gold digging whore. I'm a gold digging whore. Hey, what's up? Like, I've never met a girl who just feels that way, and that so many are, and then not so many are, but there are so many that exist, right?
Oh, for sure.
So you watch a bunch of girls who are like that, and then who admits that they're like that? A very few. So every girl feels like they're special and pretty and humble. So what sets you apart?
I have people tell me. I have friends from high school, from especially like coming from New York. I still have friends from back in New York still hitting me up all the time. And they always tell me, you have not changed. You're still the same person that I remember as you. So it's like, it's nice when I hear people tell me like, oh wow, you
that's
really
a great
changed.
thing. Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm still the same person. So it gives me a little bit of reinsurance. But listen, I'm not perfect. I'm definitely not perfect. I've done some bad things and that I'm not proud of, but
sure, we'll talk about that later. I'd love to hear those details because
well, you already heard about the cell phone situation.
Debacle, but you weren't in like a committed relationship.
No, but I felt guilty. I even asked my mom for her opinion, and my mom was like, "Hey, you're single. Have fun." I was like, "Really?" Like, I feel kind of guilty. Like, I feel like I've been
because you hurt someone. Anytime you hurt someone's feelings, you always feel bad. Because that's called empathy. Does that
mean I love him? Like,
no, it just means that you feel bad for being the cause of someone's hurt feelings, which is why we're always looking for a blame. So we hate saying I did this and it was wrong. We love saying something else did this and that's why it happened.
think I'm just gonna hire you to be my therapist.
I'm just saying that's like really how we feel a lot of times.
Yeah.
I'm just very at ease with life, so I just don't even make these. I don't play these games with myself. Like I very rarely feel bad or guilty or anything because it's just like this is life. This is what happens. This is how it goes, and we're all grown-ups at this point, so we should be able to get over it or understand it or understand why it happens. I don't take anything personal. Like I don't take it like personal. If there's a situation with a girl, it's either a lot of people's like love blaming the girl, but most of the times it's really you. Mm-hmm. Whatever happened, you get whatever you put in, right?
No, for
so
sure.
A lot of guys don't put in and they expect so much back or not. It just depends on how it goes. Now, I'm one of those, like I don't put in as much, but I don't expect as much back. Like I understand.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely like back and forth. Like if the guy's putting this much effort, I'll give it back to you.
Exactly.
You know? But once I feel like they're kind of like distancing, that's where I'm like, eh. But then I'm not gonna lie. There's times that I meet a guy that I'm like, oh my God, like this is amazing, and then I kind of like, oh shit, I don't think I'm ready for this, and I kind of back away.
That's real. So that is real.
It does happen. Because I feel like I'm in my career right now where I'm kind of like, should I be in a relationship? Should I not be in the relationship? You know, I mean, if I find a guy that I'm like, oh my God, he's the one, like for sure, you know, but I don't know if I found that guy where I'm like 100% sure like he's the one.
I think at this stage, your primary focus is you and your son.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's selfish for me.
It's not though. It's self-serving. There's a difference.
Okay.
Right? It's self-serving because you must serve self.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just you. You have a future to protect, a legacy as we speak, right?
Yeah.
And so you can't just allow anyone into that atmosphere and anyone into your personal life. You also have career ambitions that you wanna actually target.
Yeah.
So my whole thing is I understand that, and any guy that meets you should understand that. Mm-hmm. And also you are reasonably young.
Boys.
Except for fuckboys, because they want to take advantage of those situations.
They see a hot girl and they're like, all right, I want to see how this,
how this play. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get there.
Oh, see, and it's hilarious too.
You know what?
I wish guys were more straightforward.
Of a fuckboy, because I'm too like, look, okay. So if I meet a girl, I'm not as good to you on day one as I would be on day 101. Like I'm nicer to you on day 101 in, because I don't think you've earned it in the first day.
So do you not pay for your first date?
No, I always pay.
Okay.
That's something a guy's supposed to do. Listen, right. The guys are supposed to open the door, not the car door. I think that's just extra. But you should you can open the car door, but it's not mandatory.
What if you found the girl that reaches over and opens the car door?
And opens the little lock. The lock. I mean,
I've done that a few times.
The Bronx Tales, right? We have. Look,
I know. Now
I mean, that's great.
Beep, give a starter now.
Yeah, like beep beep. I don't need that in my life. Like I don't. So we know how to open. You're not incompetent. Open the door. We got to go. But
what are you talking about? I used to have, my old car was the one that you can just crank it down.
See, okay, so we need to upgrade you. So that was.
I mean, now I am. But when I first moved to LA,
of course,
I had nothing.
I completely understand how that feels for real. Opening doors to like places, a guy is supposed to do. Pay for date, guy is supposed to do. And be considerate, a guy is supposed to do.
And listen.
That's extra. You're asking. Now, I'm a listener, right? But that's something that a guy has to learn. Is how to listen. Is how to listen.
See, this is why I wanted to marry you.
Yeah. See? This is the first time though. Everybody wants to kill me or fuck me. So I feel special. Like you're on a vibe. You must be an elevated level because you understand.
I see the good in you.
Because realness, it's more important. See, George is about niceness, and I'm not. Like I think loyalty is way more important a quality than nice.
Oh, for sure.
A lot of people don't see that. They're like, oh, you're not nice. Yeah, but I'm extremely loyal. I actually, when I say something, I mean it. And when I mean something, I say it.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
You don't have to read between the lines.
Yeah, man, we don't have time to waste, Time is money. So don't waste my time.
Exactly. Time is money. But on a scale that you don't even understand, it's not about money. Time is priceless.
It isn't. Yeah.
It is.
I guess. Yeah.
So let's ask our 10 questions. Because I want to understand, like, it's either or.
All right.
Okay. Rihanna or Beyonce?
Rihanna.
Okay.
She's a bad bitch.
That's real.
Every girl,
That's real. J. Cole or Drake?
I love Drake.
Okay. That's fine. There's nothing. Okay.
I don't know what it is about him. Maybe because he was Jimmy in the show. I don't know.
Cosby or Harvey Weinstein?
I ain't answering that question.
You gotta pick one. You have to pick one, either or.
Really? Seriously?
Yo.
They're both really bad, though.
I mean, I didn't say what about them. I just simply said Cosby or Harvey Weinstein.
I really have to answer this?
Yo.
I don't know. I liked Bill Cosby, watching him on the show when I was a kid. But
I would never, you don't have to.
Never in a million years.
Neither would any of those girls. They got pills in her drink. All right, so let's, right? It's not like they
don't remember shit.
At least Weinstein had them awake, right? No, all right. Let's ask. Okay, is it Harry Potter or Game of Thrones?
Oh, I'm all about Harry Potter.
Okay.
I've been a fan, so I've read all the books. So.
You read the books?
Mm-hmm.
So is it Goblet of Fire or Half-Blood Prince?
Ooh. Half-Blood Prince?
Yo, we might have to hang out because Half-Blood Prince is the best one. Yeah, Half-Blood. And then
the first two were like, like they were good because you were young and you had to get to know the character. But then like after that, it got good.
I don't even remember. Hold on, what's the second one even called? So first one is Sorcerer's Stone. I don't even remember the second one. The name right now.
Are you sure it wasn't the second one?
No, Sorcerer's Stone is the first one.
I just remember what happens in the movie. I don't know.
So the third one is Prisoner of Azkaban, Goblet of Fire.
Oof. I should know this question right now.
Yeah, hold on. Order of Phoenix.
Yep.
And then Order of Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince, and then the last one.
I think we should Google this.
Yo, that's why we have Google now.
Yeah. Maybe we need a Harry Potter night.
Yeah, we need to figure it out. We definitely need to figure out. Thank you for being on the show.
Yeah, no
you were an amazing
problem.
guest. I'm sorry you didn't win the Maxim thing. You
No.
definitely won.
I have a lot more other things coming in.
That's what's up. Where can people find you?
You can look at me at Cherie Noel on Instagram.
Spell it so people know.
CHERIENOEL. So you can check me on Instagram or I have a website, thecherienoel.com.
And are you just modeling or you want to do acting and everything?
I'm kind of nervous to get in front of a moving camera.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. I had one speaking role. It was for a commercial for, it was with DJ Khaled and Rick Ross for Bel Air, the champagne company.
Yeah.
I was so freaking nervous.
Did you do it?
I did it. I was so fucking nervous.
Yo, you need it this high.
And I'm working on it. But like right now, I'm mainly just modeling. But we'll see.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
And then, so make sure you find her. Check her out on her website, thecherienoel.com.
Mm-hmm.
And her Instagram at Cherie, CHRERIENOEL.
Yeah.
Cherie Noel. So thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you. Like she responded. She was so nice and she came in. You did something in Vegas for Halloween?
No, well, I was in Vegas. I have this photographer who set up this whole thing. I think it's called Worldwide Cover Models.
Sure.
I can double check. But he's a really well-known photographer. His name is Brian Hayes. He shot covers for Maxim and Playboy and all these other places. And I was there for a whole entire week, and I met some amazing girls. And I mean, it was cool. So I spent my whole weekend Halloween there partying in Vegas. But my actual Halloween, I didn't do anything for Halloween.
Neither did I. I stayed home.
I did enough fun in Vegas where I was just like,
I was off it. I was already off it. It was just too much going on. I was like, I'm not going out either. I ended up. You didn't go trick or treating with Lorenzo?
We did do the little trick-or-treating, but I didn't get dressed up or anything. I honestly, with everything that's going on in the world, I was kind of scared.
What area do you stay in?
I live in Hollywood.
So was there trick-or-treating in Hollywood?
Not really, no.
Yeah, because it'd be scary.
Yeah, no. I like to go to I think it's Lincoln or something like that.
Oh,
yeah,
that little street with the nice houses
exactly.
where you go for the Christmas lights.
Mm-hmm.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
Mm-hmm.
Smart girl, this one. Smart and pretty. Thank you so much for being on the show. Each and every week, we do have a different guest who brings a female perspective. If you'd like to be a female guest on the show, you email us at imperfectshow@gmail.com. I can't believe I remember that because that is usually George's line. Thank you so much, Cherie Noel, for being here. And of course, I'm the impeccable, impenetrable Teron Von Gossry, alongside Mr. GK Supreme, who's already left the building. And we are Imperfect Gentlemen. Remember, nobody's perfect but us. Make sure to check us each and every week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Out. Martin. I would say thanks, Martin, but she killed you, bro. How do you feel about that, Martin? You're okay with that? That's the first time. That's your first death.
I always say the person who's the quietest and the loner is the one who's actually like the craziest.
He's filming, but you're the loner, Martin. You know you are. Stop trying to be a creep, Martin. We better not see the video. It's all up on her breast. All right, we'll see you guys next week.